Keep it going for your next comic, Mr. Nicholas Aluotto!
They say a moment spent focused on the negative is a moment not spent focused on the positive. What I'm trying to say is you should never smoke weed before changing a car battery. A motivational speaker told me to put my goals up around the house where I can see them all the time. But my wife doesn't like pictures of porn stars everywhere. I think I watched too much online porn. The other day I asked my wife if I could scroll down on her. I was making love to my wife the other night and I called her the wrong name. I'm glad she was sleeping. I have 2 kids. Live in San Marcos, Texas. It's a college town. I didn't go to college. I went to community college. Where are my community college people at? Should have showed some motivation when it mattered. It's weird living in a college town. A college kid came up to me the other day and handed me a flyer that said for $29.99 a month, I could feed 1 kid in Africa. I looked him in the face and I said, hey pal, I got 2 kids of my own. And it looks like they're about to move to Africa. That's As a parent, I'm a big fan of the sex offender websites, especially during Halloween, because it lets my wife and I know where all the good candy is. I was eating a steak the other day in front of an old friend, and halfway through my steak, he had to tell me he's a vegan now. But he didn't just tell me in some positive way, hey, I'm making some good lifestyle choices. He had to do it in a real condescending vegan kind of way. He was like, you know, when John Wayne died, that's the way vegans talk, protein deficiency, I believe, I'm not sure. You know, when John Wayne died, they found 40 pounds of undigested meat in his colon. I was like, you know what that means, right? Eating meat makes you a badass actor. That's the Duke, motherfucker. And they just found 40 pounds. They found 80 pounds and some broken glass, some rusty nails, some bullets, a Girl Scout. 40 pounds is for sissy Nancy boys like Steve McQueen. I like bacon. Bacon's great. I used to eat bacon after church growing up. That's a weird time to eat bacon because the Bible says don't eat pork. And I asked my mom one day, I was like, Mom, how come we ate pork after church? The Bible says not to. She says, oh, Nick, back then they lived in the desert and they didn't have meat packing plants and meat inspectors. And it was 120 degrees and they just didn't have all the things that make it safe to eat pork today. I was like, wow, Mom, did you read that in Bible Part 2? Because Bible Part 1 still says don't fucking eat pork. She's like, trust me, it's safe. I was like, okay, well, cool. Well, since you guys justified breaking that law of God, maybe you could lighten up on the whole homosexuality issue, huh? Because back then they lived in the desert and they didn't have lubes or soaps or oils. They didn't have all the things that make it convenient to take a dick in the ass that we have today. At 120 degrees, it's hard enough to keep a vagina moist, let alone an asshole. Whoever told you not to fuck in the ass and not to eat pork was just giving you good desert survival advice. He probably just got fucked in the ass and ate some ribs and was like, don't do those things. Write that down in a book. Let everybody know. I grew up poor. We grew up so poor that we couldn't afford a father. I'm writing a book for poor people. It's called 50 Different Ways to Cook Ramen Noodles. Here's my favorite way. It's called